And I was laying in my hospital bed thinking, okay, what now? And I had such a good life. And I fought tooth and nail to achieve that life. And a 10-second incident was going to take it all away. How would I do any of these crazy things in the military that I felt made my life worth living now that I didn't have a hand and a leg? It was such a complicated situation. But I hate complicated situations. They're too bloody complicated. I like things to be simple. And so I made a simple choice, a choice that we all get to make whenever we want. What do I want? Do I want a good life or a bad life? Simple. Now, I could have curled up in a ball, got addicted to my drugs, drank my pain away, pushed away all that love and support, and looked at what I'd lost and just had a really bad life. Or I could do what the military had trained me to do. Pick myself up, dust myself off, and get on with the job. I could use all of that love and support I was getting from the friends, that invaluable support, just even the tiniest little comment. I could look at the things that I still had yet to achieve and have a good life. And when you weigh that complicated situation up like that, it's not so complicated, it's so simple. Everyone wants a good life. But where do you start? Where do you begin? You know, I couldn't even go to the toilet by myself. And so I thought back to my life previous to that, and I thought, what made it so good? What did I do in my job and my life that made me so fulfilled? And I thought, well, the first thing that we do every day as a soldier, every day as a clearance diver, is PT, physical training. So why would I break a good routine? And 2 days after I had my leg chopped off, the surgeon came into my room and found me doing one-arm chin-ups on the bar above my bed. Obviously, he was not impressed. Not as impressed as I was. But I didn't want to lay there being a victim. I knew I had to take some semblance of control over this seemingly uncontrollable situation. That was my power, the choice. And so I trained, and I had these little goals, little achievable goals that I'd set for myself, because the big goal that I had of getting back to work was just too big. But piece by piece, and challenge and obstacle, the more I did, the more I could look back on those tiny little goals and see exactly what I'd done, and they drove me to succeed more. I went and got a leg. I went back to training. Obviously, having one hand and one leg can really throw out your bench press and squats. But I used a mantra that I learned in the army: to improvise, to adapt, to overcome. I didn't have a hand to do push-ups, so I'd put my elbow on a bench and I'd do push-ups like that. You don't have 2 legs for squats. Does that mean you skip leg day? You never skip leg day. One-legged squats all day long. You improvise, you adapt, you overcome. There is no hurdle, no obstacle that is so big that you can't go around it, over it, or through it. And so I used that every day. And after 6 months, I asked the Navy to go back to work, and they said no. They said, you cannot be a clearance diver again. So I found a way. I talked them into letting me become an instructor. And I could pass on the knowledge that I'd learned. And I started to live again. I started to try all of these things that I had convinced myself that I will never be able to do again. Surf. I still can't do it. I still love doing it. But it doesn't matter. It's the act of living that I love. And I spent 3 years working as a clearance diving instructor with the Navy after the shark attack. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Well, parts of it. It was still working in the military. But life has advanced so much more. Just from using those same key ingredients throughout my life since then. It's got bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where now I would not take it back. Not in a heartbeat. My life is so amazing that I don't want to go back to that. I would not have had the opportunities. I would not have learnt the life lessons. In trauma, in struggle, there is strength and there is learning. In vulnerability, there is strength and there is learning. And these have been hard lessons to learn, but so very important. And they have absolutely enriched my life.